Namaste. And thank you so much for introducing me and to giving me this opportunity to be with you all here today. This is my first gathering outside my embassy, and I'm very proud to be here, of course, today. There is many things to talk about it, and I use not to prepare myself in advance, because we, the Palestinians, have many things in our pockets to take it out and to talk about it. So that there is many things and plenty of things that we can talk about it. But I used to say that I used to start by introducing myself, not likewise Sundus introduced me. I used to introduce myself by going many thousands years ago. And this means that I should take all of you in a journey to the Holy Bible, to the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, if you Google it, the very first chapter in the Old Testament, Genesis. And since you read a lot of Hebrew, and I'm going to say it in Hebrew first and foremost, okay? So that when you back to the Genesis, the very first and the very old holy book in the world, which is, for the Jewish people, in the Genesis, you're going to find us, and I'm going to say it in Hebrew, V'yagar Abraham be'aretz Palestine yamim ravim. We sojourned Abraham in the land of Palestine, not Palestine, Palestine, many days. Again, our story is starting long time ago, so that when they said, when anyone claimed this is our land, this is the Palestinian land, according again to the Old Testament, to the Holy Bible of the Jewish people, to the Torah itself, before even Abraham left his old land, or the Chaldeans, which is Iraq. Before Abraham left it there, he came and sojourned in our land, the Palestinian, not the Palestinian, the Palestinian, how it is pronounced even in Arabic. So that if you Google, if you download the Old Testament, you're going to find us the Palestinian, Canaanite there. Not one time, not two times, not 100 times, not 200 times. You're going to find us more than 1,200 times in the Old Testament. So that again, our stories started there. But unfortunately, by the end of the day, which I will come to this issue, this is the media, and we, the Palestinians, facing two empires. No one can stand long time against these two empires. The money empire, which all of you know that whom is the richest people worldwide, which is the Zionist movement. I'm not revealing a secret. And the media power, or the media empire that are working day and night to entrench our reputation worldwide, so that they depicting us not only as part of our people, but even the PLO, which signed the Oslo Agreement, as a terrorist people. So that we are facing two empires. No one worldwide can dare to stand against them, but we, the Palestinians, the only one. We are proud of that, to stand against two empires, and you all know whom is those two empires. So that, again, our story is there, long time ago. We are the indigenous people. We are the Canaani, the Palestinian, and this is not our wording. This is the Old Testament word. Google it, not more than that. But when it came to the modern history, when our tragedy, when our misery was started, it started by the issuing by November 2nd, 1917, when the United Kingdom, and needless to tell you what is the United Kingdom mean for your people here, when the United Kingdom, which is occupying all of your countries, so I'm not revealing the secret, so that when the United Kingdom issued the despicable and ominous Balfour Declaration. In this Balfour Declaration, November 2nd, 1917, the United Kingdom, who have no even a footprint on the land of Palestine, our traditional land, gifted our homeland, gifted our home from the river to the sea, to the Khazarian Jew. And when I say Khazarian Jew, we can differentiate between two types of Jew. Hebrews. The original Hebrews, which part of us as a Palestinian today is the original Hebrews, and this is a proven fact according to the DNA testimony, not more than that. And the Khazarian Jew. The Khazarian Jew, you can Google it. Khazarian Jew is the Jewish whom converted to Judaism 1100 years ago. Khazarian Jew. there is a box, there is a lot of issue about this is a proof. In fact, even when it came to the DNA, they have zero connection to the Abraham and his descendant, or the old Israel, Yaqub, peace upon him, and his descendants. So that the United Kingdom at that time gifted our homeland to the Khazarian Jew, whom is called Ashkenazi today. Ashkenazi, which is Benjamin Netanyahu and all of these stuff. The Ashkenazis is a Jewish whom convert, or Russian people, to some extent you can call them Russian people, whom converted to Judaism. And there is a lot of proof, of course, but how come Abraham born as an Arabic man in Arabic area? He looked like he looked like us, me and Dr. Abdul Razik. Then his descendant is left in Palestine, and when they back after 2,000 years, they back with the blue eyes and yellow hair. This means that we are in the 100% in the right side of the history. But we know that Israel is there because there is a function for Israel. It's a functional country. It's not a state. It's a functional country to serve, of course, the old occupation and the old imperialism. So that once they issued the Balfour Declaration, our misery, and I used to say that United Kingdom is sow the seeds for all the evil that we are facing it, and the evil that will deteriorate it and will spare no one of you. And I mean it, because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And His Excellency, as his honorable parliament member said right now, just a few minutes ago, the issue of the Palestine will not be limited there. There is a lot of issue, and when it deteriorated from Palestine, it will deteriorate it according to the plan that the Zionist movement is seeding it, and they are declaring it day and night. This is a religious war, and when it came to the religious war, let me be very clear: no one will be safe. And this should take me to the other step, which is it a religious state? Is it a religious war? I have a very nice conversation with the two ladies, and I told them my very first boss in the Ministry of Planning and International Affairs, his name is No. I'm coming right now because I start getting older. Ilan Halevi, because I used to confuse between Ilan Halevi and Ilan Babi. Both of them is Ilan, and both of them is not only very pro-Palestinian, but Ilan Halevi, for example, he was my first boss in the Ministry of Planning and International Cooperation. Ilan Halevi is a Jewish man. Ilan Halevi was the very special envoy, very special envoy to Yasser Arafat. When Yasser Arafat did not want to write anything, when he wanted to whisper, to say something very special, not in written, he used to call Ilan Halevi, Ilan, go to deliver this message. Part of our leaders is Jewish leader. The first ever government that we created it and established it after Oslo occurred, one of our ministers is the late Rabbi Moshe Harsh. Rabbi, not only Jewish, Rabbi Moshe Harsh. Many of our leaders is Jewish. One of our elected Fatah movement today, Revolutionary Council, is Israeli and Jewish man. When it came to who is defending the outspoken person in the United States of America, Frankenstein, Ilan Babi, and all of these stuff, all of them, without no exceptional except one, was Palestinian, Christian Palestinian. All of them is Jewish people. So that this is not against the Jewish, because we will not be against ourselves. The vast majority of the old Hebrews is still living in Palestine, and this is what Ben Gurion wrote it in his diary 1918, and you can back to what did Ilan Babi is used to say at. Ben Gurion himself said that the very pure blood is here for the Jew, old Hebrew. It's not the Jewish. The old Hebrew is here in Palestine, and of course in Jordan. Part of them is this tribe, the Bedouin tribe, whom is converted to Islam, and the vast majority of them is converted to Christianity. You're gonna find the old tribe of the Hebrew is still till today and practicing the same exact economic activity, which is the shepherd, you're going to find them in Sinai Peninsula. So that it's not a matter for against the Jewish people. And when it came to the Christianity, we are the exporter of the Christianity to the world, to the whole entire world itself. To that, the heart of the Christianity is a Palestinian nationality. Our Jesus is our Jesus, and I mean it. He's a Palestinian nationality. Yes, he born as a Jew, of course, we have no problem in that, but his nationality is a Palestinian. So that, and the Christianity born in Palestine. Palestine is the Holy Land because of the Christianity. If you compare the percentage of the Christian who is leading the Palestinian revolutionary movement, the Palestinian leaders, compare the Christian percentage to their percentage as a leader, the Christian is approximately 2.5 times than the Muslim in the Palestinian Liberation Organization and all other. The very first military resistance and the very tough military resistance was created by George Habash, a Christian man. Yasser Arafat's wife is a Christian woman. The spokesman of Yasser Arafat and the current spokesman of President Abbas is a Christian man. So that, and I have tens of examples. I cannot still, the very outspoken Palestinian to defend the Palestinian cause is Dr. Hanan Ashrawi, is a Christian woman. The very outspoken Jewish and Israeli today who is speaking on behalf of the Palestinian is a journalist and other Jewish men. So that, please be aware that this is only the Zionist narrative that is trying all the time to portray the Palestinian struggle as an Islamic issue, because we know that there is an Islamic phobia since September 11. They succeeded, or to some extent there is an Islamic phobia worldwide. So that as long as they portray us as Islam against Jewish, Islam against this minority of the Jewish minority, this means that they will gain a lot of support. But this is very dangerous, not only for us as a Palestinian. This is very dangerous worldwide, because the history learned us, teach us that when anything became, any war deteriorated to become a religious war, it will not stop between Muslim and the Christian, Muslim and Jewish. It will deteriorate it, and I mean it, and all of you is fully aware how it will be if, God forbidden, it was deteriorated to become, or it took another step to become a war, a religious war. So that you're gonna hear President Abbas all the time is alarming the international community to be aware. They are doing their ultimate best to make it an religious war. Just 3 days ago, the American Defense Minister, the new one, declared that it's time. It's in a video published. He declared that it's time to demolish Al-Aqsa Mosque and to establish the third temple. This is the only way to make sure that we are in a religious war. And when it came to the religious war, again, no one will be safe until the Palestinian will be safe. Be careful. It's in a very dangerous step. The second issue that I would like to raise it, yes, the media. We, the Palestinian, I start by saying that we facing the dollar empire, but also there is another empire which is not less dangerous than the dollar empire or the money empire, which is the media empire. The media empire is completely, to some extent, is controlled by the Zionist movement, and this is not anti-Semitic. I'm responsible for that. It's a fact. I'm not saying something, and I'm a Palestinian. I have no problem to say that. It's a completely or nearly completely the Western media, and we saw that. A lot of Western media is even fabricated a lot of videos and stories about what happened in October 7th, or I used to call it Trojan horse. So that the media is very important. But the media, unfortunately, in many places, is to some extent, is parroting the Israeli, the Zionist narrative. And this is, again, very dangerous, not only for against the Palestinian people, but against the internal society. To some extent, part of them did not at least know the truth. But part of them, of course, they will align themselves with the Israeli occupation and because they took that decision. But the vast majority of it, at least, not aligning themselves, but at least highly affected by the narrative and by the widespread narrative about October 7th and all of this stuff. This is part of our responsibility as Palestinian, as an ambassador of Palestine, is to try to reach out to the whole entire media here and everywhere if I could. And I succeed in Nigeria to reach to the media there, and I succeed at least to make sure that our narrative, there is another chapter of this story, which is our chapter. It was there in the on the table, so that when it came to the media, to the local media, I appeal to all of you to connect me, to make sure that at least it's fair. I'm not seeking anyone's support, and this will not. I will not stop repeating this, but I'm not seeking anyone's support when it came to the media. But at least it's fair to listen to us, and since it is fair, you should give us the chance to defend ourselves, or at least you should give yourself the chance to bring the all tough question from the Israeli side and to put me on the spot and to ask me all of these questions. I'm ready, and I used to be ready. I'm ready. I will continue to be ready to face the media and to tell our story, whether you will believe of it or you will not believe of it. But we are on the right side of the history, and I'm pretty sure I can say something in this particular issue. Again, I used to say that Palestine, or the government of Palestine, have one ambassador here, which is me, and they are paying me money for that, for my business. But all of you and other tens of millions here in India, in Asia, in Africa, and everywhere, tens and tens of millions, whom is the ambassador of the question of Palestine. We can differentiate between the government of Palestine, which I'm representing it, and I have a salary by the end of the day, by the end of the month for it. But the question of Palestine, all of you, beside many hundreds of millions all around the world, including Jewish, Christian, and from all the faith, is the ambassadors of the cause of Palestine. Distinguished colleague, many things to talk about it, but at least it's fair, and it's very fair. If no one wants to support us, at least he should listen to us. When I went to Nigeria, there is a lot of our distinguished brothers, the Christians, whom is, to be very frank, to some extent when it came to the Muslim versus Jewish, the Christian by default feel that they are more close, which is natural, and we have no problem, because there is a lot of difficulties and the challenges in those societies and all over the world. But when I knock their door, and I asked them, is it possible to pay you a courtesy visit to the many of the archbishop and churches there? They are very fair, and they gave me the chance to come. And I used to go to my distinguished Christian brothers with two messages. The first one is voluntary, but the other one, and I will back, and I will go to the Christian here with these exact two messages. The first one, it's fair to listen to us, whether you like to support or not, but at least you should give me the chance to tell my story. Is it fair? No one closed his door, to be very frank. All of them opened their door, and they gave me the chance to explain myself, and I used to send them a letter. I used to attend even every Sunday, many of the Sunday services there in Nigeria. But the other message to the Christian people there, it was there, and it will continue to be here. Since we believe that this is the Holy Land means that it came, or Palestine became a Holy Land because Jesus himself, Isa alayhi salam, so that if you want to maintain this adjective to Palestine as a Holy Land, we should work together to make sure that the Christian, whom is minority in Palestine, because the Christian in Palestine mainly is working in the tourism activities, and the tourism activities is built on the Christian pilgrimage. Since they are going to pilgrimage or using only the Israeli tour agency, this means that the Christian all over the world have a responsibility to make sure that they will going to use the Palestinian Christian pilgrimage to our agency and all of the Christian facilities so that they maintain and they strengthen the footprint of the Christian there. Again, but one very important thing which I find myself have no other choice except to shed light on it, which is our internal challenges. Yes, we have a lot of internal challenges, and it is not secret. We are divided as a Palestinian. We have a lot of internal challenges. The very last election was there in 2006, and I was one. I'm very proud to be one of the leaders of this election, not in a political, of course, manner. I'm a leader when it came to the logistic and other issue, and I was the first one there. We did not have any legislative council elections since 2006. Palestinian National Council, which I was in connection with Mr. Rawhi Fattouh just yesterday. He was in his way to Egypt, and we are very serious on this issue. Mr. President already issued the decree for the election. Let us be very frank. We will not, in the PLO, accept the election to be established or to occur without East Jerusalem. One word, loud and clear, and we can find a lot of way to have some kind of democracy. But without East Jerusalem, we will not give up. When President Abbas issued the decree for the election many years ago, we had a very strong promise from many of our friends, so to speak, from all around the world, that the Israeli will allow us to convey the election in East Jerusalem, like was the two elections before. But when it came to the practical level, Israel was completely supported, of course, by Trump at that time, was completely blocked the election in East Jerusalem, which means that if we conducted it, this means that we will agree, politically speaking and practically speaking, we will going to agree on Trump plan when he declared Jerusalem as the eternal capital of the Jewish people. This is a political issue, but again, this did not mean that we did not have internal homework to finish it. In the PLO, let me just assure you all, in the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, in the Palestinian Authority, we are ready. We open our arm to our distinguished brothers, and we did not differentiate when it came to the political issue. We did not and will not remove the cover from any Palestinian who conducted a military resistance or not military resistance. This is our absolute right according to the international law. We have differences. In the PLO, President Abbas and Yasser Arafat before him, we choose to put the arm aside and to choose the political path to resolve or to settle the question of Palestine. We did not succeed yet. We did not succeed, but this is our beliefs, and our hand is still open, and our arm is completely open to the peace all around the world, not only with the Israeli, but also from all around the world. We are fully open for the peace. This is declared position. This is our position long time ago, and will continue to be our position. Just when it came to India government, let me just on behalf of the Palestinian people, of course, and Palestinian National Authority, Palestinian Legislative Council, the PLO, we are very thankful to India because, again, we know when it came to the macro level, India is strongly support the Palestinian people. I served in the United Nations for 8 years. India is fully supporting the Palestinian people when it came to the macro level again, and when it came to make a politics in the global level. India is there with us, fully backing us in the United Nations, in the Security Council. When there is a statement in the Security Council, is backing us. We have at least 16 periodic resolution in the United Nations General Assembly. India, 100% is fully supporting the Palestinians. There is a lot of bilateral project with India, and India is very supportive when it came to the sustainable development in Palestine. Just yesterday, I had the honor to go to the Minister of Foreign Affairs for the second time in less than 1 month, and there is a lot. I used to be received in the Minister of Foreign Affairs with a very warm and very open arm, and there is a lot of issue to do it. But again, I would like to stress that when it came to the micro level, the government of India is fully support of the Palestinian people with all the difficulties that they are facing, but still India is backing Palestine in the United Nations. Let me just conclude by saying that, distinguished colleagues, part of this homework should be on my shoulder and my team, of course, shoulder, which is how to reach to the media, how to reach to the Indian society. And I used to say that just give us the chance to tell our story. Media is very important. And I want to reach out to the media. Social society is very important. Academia is very important. I'm here. I used to start my day, or we used to start our day in the embassy at 7, sometimes 6:30, 7:30. And we used to close at 11, 9, 10:30, something like this. We dedicated, me and my team is dedicating our time, the full 12 to 14 hour per day for our work. Just please reach out to my embassy. I need to gather, I need to communicate with the media. It's part of our responsibility, because sometimes you need to knock the door to hear what is happening behind the door. So that I want to knock the door. It's not easy. Because I did not finish, or by tomorrow after tomorrow I will complete 2 months here in India. But again, media is very important, media is very crucial, and I can do something very significant if the Indian media or the media giant, which is not only, might not give me the opportunity, but at least the media can do something very significant. We are facing a lot of difficulties when it came to the media. Just 1 month before, some of the media giant here in India published a false fiction report about abduction of 10 Indian workers in West Bank. Then there is a rescue mission was allowed by Israel to rescue those 10 media. It's a completely fabricated story. I wrote to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and I tracked 18 media channel whom published this report, and I wrote to them in a specific, addressing each one of them in a specific note verbal, identical note verbal, to explain to them in a point that it's not true, it's a fabricated story. But again, by the end of the day, we cannot control them, but at least we can do our part of our job, which is try to reach out, and I trust that many of you can help in this particular issue. We might not agree 100% when it came to the final result, but at least there is 80% we can agree on it. Let us work to make sure that this 80% we are together in the 80%. Again, when it came to the unity of the Palestinian, we are in the PLO is fully welcome. Everyone, every Palestinian, not only in the diaspora, but everywhere, to be part of the PLO. We have our program. PLO is very important. Let me just shed light on this. PLO, we the Palestinians, since after the adoption of Resolution 194, which is called for the refugee people to back to their homeland, which is the General Assembly, it was completely, our cause was completely removed from the table of the United Nations since 1949 till 1947. And let me just remind, how did we back as a political cause? Because of the PLO, and because in Rabat, Morocco, the PLO was recognized at that time as the sole and legitimate representative of the Palestinian people, which gave us the chance to start our struggle in a political level. And this gave Arafat the chance to go to the United Nations General Assembly to deliver for the first time ever the Palestinian to be represented in the United Nations. This is very important. PLO is very important. PLO is a legitimate and sole representative according to all the entire world. India was recognized us as a recognized PLO as the sole and the legitimate representative was the first ever foreign country to recognize PLO as a sole and legitimate representative. So that this is very important, so that when we used to defend the PLO, we used to defend our legal status worldwide. We entered the United Nations. India recognized us at the very first time as a PLO. Israel itself signed the Oslo Accord with the PLO, not with the Palestinian National Authority. This is the importance of the PLO, and so that we are calling all the Palestinian fraction come to sit under the umbrella, the legitimate umbrella, the political legitimate umbrella of the Palestinian people. This is our fight, and we will continue to push for that. But by the end of the day, I'm pretty sure, Professor, you know, there is a lot of challenges, and it's not in our control alone. There is a lot of player when it came to the Palestinian fight. And the PLO, we used to say, and Yasser Arafat and the current president, chairman of the PLO itself, used to say, we did not interfere with anyone internal political, and we did not want anyone to interfere with our internal political affairs. So that I'm gonna stop here. Thank you so much, of course, Nadeem. Thank you so much for all of you for giving this opportunity. Before I finish, I used to say also, if you want to go far, go alone. Sorry, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Let us go together. Help me to reach out to the media. Help me to reach out to the parliament, and I will reach out very soon. Sure. As I will reach out, I'm gonna write a lot of messages to you, letters to address every single parliament member. But you can help the Palestinian cause to reach out to the vast majority of the Indian society, to the elite whom can lead the narrative and change the discourse. With that, thank you so much. Palestine is the litmus test. Palestine is the litmus test all over the world. Anyone want to be on the right side, he should put himself with the Palestinian, on the Palestinian question. Otherwise, he will be for 100% in the Zionist side and in the wrong side of the history. With that, thank you so much again.